which was established back in the year 1977, June, following the death of David Sheldrick, a very famous naturalist and also the senior founder warden of the large Tsavo National Park. David died in 1977 in June, and thereafter, this project was started in his memory and the management of his widow, who is now the late Dr. Dame Daphne Sheldrick. Before Dr. Dame Daphne Sheldrick passed on about 6 years ago, she had worked with her daughter Angela Sheldrick for about 17 years. And after Daphne's demise, Angela Sheldrick took over the full management of this project. Since it was launched in the year 1977, up to last year in December, in our records, we have got over 374 elephants that we have permanently and successfully reintegrated back into the wild. This process The process of returning them back to nature will always happen within Tsavo Conservation Area, where we have set up 3 reintegration units. You will understand, after the orphans having shared lots of time in the company of human beings, they will need a lot of time to adjust and be accepted back to nature. This process will take them back in Tsavo a minimum of about 5 years, maximum of 10 years before it fully happens. The good thing is, no matter how long they remain under our human care, all that you're going to be seeing today, they will all return back to nature, behave, and stay like any other wild animal out there. Right now, we have a total of 22 baby elephants and 2 rhinos. Out of the 22 baby elephants, one of them will not be joining us for this session. I'll talk about her when time comes. 2 rhinos, 1 rhino won't be coming out. This is because he is blind. He was born blind. That is why we have 1 rhino with us right now, a rhino by the name of Raha. All our orphans have come from different places all over the country, and they all have got different reasons for being orphans. Some of them, we know exactly what has caused them to be left orphans. Others, we were not in a position to confirm. But since they had all been found while still at an age where they can't have survived without their mother's milk and also without protection, that is why we had to fly out, rescue them, and give them this second chance to survive back to nature. A young elephant will always remain milk dependent until a minimum of about 2.5, maximum 3 years. This means whenever they lose their mothers, when they're the age of 2 and below, they can survive without their mother's milk. One of the main reasons that has caused a couple of them to be left orphans, it is because of human-wildlife conflict. This is a situation whereby our human population is racing so fast, and many of us human beings, we have ended up encroaching into their corridors. Their purposes no longer exist. After human beings having settled to such a land, they will come up with the development. They set up farms, they set up homes, roads and shopping centers, and yet the wild animals will still need to relocate or migrate from one place to the other in search of greener pasture. All the time they attempt to do so, they will encounter human homes, human farms found invaded these areas. They will be fought by human beings. Some of them will end up being killed, some will be left with injuries. The young ones will be separated from their families. Munyak, rescued from Masai Mara, found all alone. Nearby there was a male elephant who seems to have been keeping an eye on him. The fate of his mother was not known. The name Olomunyak is from the Ma community, the Maasai community. It means a lucky one. We do not know how he managed to survive all the predators in the world all alone. So he is just lucky to still be surviving. The first one on my left hand, an elephant by the name of Muzinga, rescued from Savo Conservation Area after she was found all alone, walking in the national park without the rest of her herd, from the rest of the family, confirming the struggle that they had encountered, trying to rescue this calf. So a search was done for the calf. They can be fed as well on cow's milk. Do we have? I will talk of Kenya. We have got about 600 white rhinos. In total combination, we have about 1,200 rhinos, both black and white, in Kenya. Yes, go ahead.
Look at that.
When interacting with them, they are only known to their keepers. If all the keepers here will leave, their reaction towards the crowd will be very different. They will still behave like any other wild elephant you will meet out there. So they are only comfortable when they see their human family around you. Yes. We don't assign them by individual keepers. They are very emotional. Stress can kill them instantly, just like human beings. They tend to like or favor some keepers than the other, but we will always try to avoid that. So I will go ahead and mention the names of those that have just arrived. I will start with the one on my right at the far end. Her name is Weka. For your information, she happens to be the naughtiest of them all. She was rescued from Savo Conservation Area when she was about a year old, after her mother died from starvation because of drought. When she arrived in the nursery, she was very shy, very calm. But after settling in, this is when she started showing her real character. And we have ended up nicknaming her as the naughty girl of the herd. She is approximately 2.5 years old. The first one, the smallest on my right hand, happens to be our new naughty boy character coming up. He is actually meant to be coming in, and we were contacted as well for his rescue. As we were planning to fly or rescue him, he will then vanish. A week later, he was found all alone, starving to death, very, very weak, because he couldn't have survived without the mother's milk. He was only 6 months old by then. Luckily, the rest of the group was taking care of him. That is how we managed to rescue him to the nursery. Right now, he is approximately 1.5 years old. Very close to me on my left hand, it is an elephant by the name of Mokuta, who is approximately 3.5 years old, almost 4 years, was about 10 months old. And immediately she was flown in, she collapsed. She remained a conservation area after his mother died from starvation. Right, the first one on my right, the first group of 9 plus 1 who doesn't come out for public viewing. A conclusion of 22 baby elephants that we have in the nursery. We cannot turn away an orphan. And in addition to that, it doesn't mean that all that we rescue, we will bring them in the nursery. Some of them will not want to come back home in the evening. We will give them an opportunity and they will decide by themselves, maybe just a night, return, join the other orphans, then they will keep. There is no any device or any culture that can last the lifespan, which is about 60 to 70 years. We only depend on their very perfect memory. We have seen a couple of them returning back home. Our ex-orphans living wildlife at the moment. You might feel like support that you pay is not enough to raise a single elephant. On a monthly basis, we spend about $1,000 per elephant, which is extremely expensive, and that is why